Okay, so we'll see how this works. I have never gone live before, and I know this camera is not that great when it's on selfie mode. So what I'll do is figure out how to turn it around, and we'll just do a little bit with evening with the chickens and Lucky. So we'll just shift this around. Don't have anyone on yet. Oh, wait, we have one. Hi. So let's just shift it around. We're just going to do a Lucky and the chickens evening. Hi, Lefty's Hobby Farm. I've never gone live before, so this is the first attempt. I'm just playing with this. So what I was going to do is just kind of give an evening of what's going on here. And hi, guys. There's Lucky. He's very talkative. He comes and chats with me every time I come in here. So I just came in here to collect eggs and eventually close up the coops. And figured I'd just try a little bit of a live show, just because I've never tried it before. So it's Lucky and his flock. These are the babies. So I lost one the other day. I lost one of my white ones. They got out. Actually, it was after the hootenanny. I'd gotten back from the hootenanny, and everybody was making a bunch of racket back here. And so we came right back out and checked on the chicks and found this outside the fence. So the chicks had been getting out through the fence. They didn't do it today, so I think they're finally getting too big. And these brown chicks, they're like, these guys are definite cockerels here. The brown one there and the brown one back there. Lucky, you're so talkative. Hi, Brom. Thanks for subscribing. So you guys can hear me all right? I just want to check on that because I've never done this before. Besides hearing the talkative goose. So just let me know if you hear me. But anyway, cool, thank you. Because I don't have the best connection back here either. But I was saying that I got back home from the hootenanny and found feathers back here. Oh, good, thank you, Brian. And I've seemed to have lost one of my white chicks. I don't know what it was to, but this is under a big oak tree. So I don't think it was an aerial predator. I'm guessing it was, we do have coyotes around here, or a fox for that matter, but usually when the coyotes are around, the foxes aren't. And I have heard coyotes at night recently. Oh, they just sounded, do you see them freeze? Somebody just sounded a little bit of alert. Okay. So, unfortunately we lost one, but that's because all of the white ones like to leave this electric poultry net. This one over here is an adult white one. We've been calling her Houdini because she likes to fly the coop. She likes to fly over the net. I don't really want to clip her wings though. Oh, hold on, this is funny. Lucky's about to take a bath. And yes, I know I still need a baby pool for him. I'm trying to keep my eyes open. But, or maybe just a bigger bowl. Maybe a watering trough of some other sort. But I need something that's mobile. So, he likes to get in and give himself a sponge bath. Hi, Hardiness Approach. How are you? So, I'm just chatting away. Talking to myself, it seems like. But, no, so, unfortunately, I've lost a chick. Houdini was out again today, but the white little ones did not go out today. Yeah, this guy is funny. What are you doing, Lucky? I don't know what oh, he found an acorn. He just attacks that bull. And he gives himself a sponge bath. That's an acorn he's playing with. I don't know if he's trying to eat it or what. So the girls are all headed to bed. the chicks will be the last ones in, besides that girl down there. She seems to be the lowest on the totem pole. So they're starting to head that way. I don't know if you guys follow on Instagram, but Lucky has, last week he went up into the coop twice, but he has not gone up since, which is fine. He's actually been sleeping under the coop, so he's a goof. But, so I did make him this little hut down here. Oh, and guess what? I was wondering if that would start happening. I missed an egg. Somebody decided that that was a good nest box. So, so Lucky has not been sleeping in that little hut. He's been sleeping behind it. Now, I've never gone live yet. This is my first live, so this is just a trial run. So thank you guys for joining. It was just kind of spur of the moment. Decided to see if it would work because don't have really great signal back in this back part of my yard. He's probably trying to do a better job guarding. Yeah, except he's more of a fraidy goose than anything. He was hiding under the coop when I lost a chick on Saturday night. He was under there with all the other chickens. Well, all the chickens. Yeah, silly goose, definitely. So this is always his mealtime, it seems. As the girls are going to bed, he's down here eating. Oh, by the way. Okay, so that's obviously a boy, right? Obviously a boy. I'm still trying to figure out my two white ones. Wherever they went. Over here. I have a feeling they might be boys. I'm not 100% sure. And I don't handle them, so they're kind of skittish of me. I don't know. Their tail feathers don't look like the other boys, so I'm hoping the girls. I guess I'll just give them more time. They're about 11 weeks. So I usually can tell by now, but somebody wants to steal the show. Yes, this... What is it, Lucky? Are you going to let me touch you? No. I used to try to catch him and put him up into the coop at night, but I've given up on that. So he sleeps underneath. I do have this electric poultry net, and I haven't had any issues with aerial predators since getting the geese. And so I'm happy about that. I think that he might just be intimidating to them, so that would be good. Yes, it's an evening snack before we go to bed, I think. I just refreshed this water. Look how dirty it gets so fast with geese. Well, he was just standing in it 2 seconds ago. So this is his evening ritual. Get into the... Yeah. They are actually geese. They're not ducks. I have 3 geese, one with this main flock. This guy's Lucky. He has his own series of videos. I'm guessing it's a he. I'm not 100% sure because he's a lot bigger than one of the other geese. No, that's fine. Everybody says oh, Lucky. Everybody thinks Lucky Duck, right? So, oh, is Homestead Dad here? Hi, Homestead Dad. So he is a goose. He's meant to be a guard goose, but he's kind of scared of everything. And he's a goof. I have one with the main flock here. I have one with my silky flock. My silky flock is way over there. On the other side of that coop, there's more coops. So I have too many coops around here. I think I have 6 coops now. Anyone heard of chicken math applying to coop math? Anyway, so I have one goose with this flock, one goose with the silky flock, and I also have an extra goose. This goose is named Lucky. He was named on his first day. And that was mainly because if you go back and watch one of the first videos on that, definitely, it's coop math to me too. Building things. But So he was raised by Silky. They're all the same age. Oh gosh, maybe 11 weeks now? So he's only 11 weeks. He looks full grown to me, but I've never had geese before, so he's digging in the mud. He's digging a hole. And he puts it in the bowl. So you wonder why that gets so dirty so fast. So he was hatched 2 days after the chicks hatched, because my timing wasn't quite right, and I knew that a couple days long hens, or still had eggs, sorry. And oh yeah, my feed, oh gosh, I hope it's not gone, but my feed, I'm far away from my internet's in the house, so I do apologize if it's a little bit if it keeps refreshing or whatnot. But this, like I said, this is a trial. So I actually think that's one of the ones that he grew up with. I don't know what they're doing. So he grew up with 2 chicks with a Silky mom. And the problem was the Silky got off her nest 2 days after the first chicks hatched. And I thought he was gone. You guys have problems seeing things? Okay. So again, I'm on my cell phone out in the way backyard, so I might not have the Wi-Fi hookup and connection might not be great. Hi, 1 Acre Homestead. Nice to see you. So I was just giving Lucky's story. So actually, I thought that he hadn't hatched yet. I thought he was done because Mom had gotten off the nest, and I looked in, and he was in there. Must have been lucky because I basically took him out of that situation and warmed him up and gave him a couple days under a heat lamp, and then put him back with the Silky mom. And the ski did raise Lucky, so that's why he's lucky. There is a guard goose in with my Silkies now. His name is Gus the goose, and I have an extra goose. Extra goose might end up being Christmas, and we do seem to be, I think that one's a girl. I'm not going for a pair of geese here. I'm going for 2 guard geese, so I'll keep the boys. But they end up being Christmas dinner. Lucky will not. Lucky is my guard goose for the main flock. And he seems to have his own following. So as you can see, everyone's starting to head into bed. The babies are usually last, so we're waiting on them. And if you heard the bark in the background, I have new neighbors next door. They have 3 black labs. And my dog isn't a big fan of strange dogs. He just doesn't know how to meet anybody. So not great with strangers. But so he's going to bark at the neighbor dogs. Are you going to bed finally? Nope. Maybe. Maybe not. There's a girl standing right in the doorway who might be blocking the way a little bit. Once the last one goes in, I can lock it up. So, anyway, there's Lucky's story. I'm just waiting for everyone to go to bed. And this is my trial run at a live show. So thank you guys for showing up here. My reverse camera, if I do a selfie shot, my reverse camera is not great. My screen is cracked. So, but we'll see. As soon as this one goes into bed, we'll say goodnight. I don't think I have anyone left under the coop other than the goose. But I've given up on Lucky going into the coop. He sleeps underneath. He's still snacking though. There's feed under there because it was raining this morning, so I was trying to keep. Are we doing a turkey for Thanksgiving? We have never raised turkeys here. We have a neighbor and friend down the road who raises ducks, turkeys, chickens, and such, and we usually buy one from her. So, it would be interesting if we could get a turkey at some point. but we're not there yet. We don't have a lot of animals. Actually, we're not allowed too many animals because we're not zoned agricultural here. And Lucky, do you need some water? You seem to be coughing with each bite. Yeah, I think everybody just went inside. Hi, Queen Anne Farms. How are you tonight? So, yeah, let's get these guys closed up. I just have a bungee here. Let's see if I can undo that. Sorry about that. Trying to do this one-handed. So I think all the chickens are inside. Lucky will sleep underneath the coop. He hasn't gone inside in about a week. So, excuse me while I try to hold an egg, hold a camera, and close a door. Anyway, so they're gone to bed. I'll give you a little tour around. So this is Lucky's under there. He will sleep under there. That is a wood pile that we're gathering for this fall. We're going to make a second hugelkultur bed this fall. So we're just gathering some smaller wood. We'll probably take down a tree or something. Or take a look around, see if there's any bigger logs around for that too. This is my jungle. No, actually this one's not so much a jungle, but this one is my bigger garden that has, and the sun's going down, so I'm sorry it's getting dark. But we have the 3 sisters' beds. First, okay, roadkill deer, yes. I had a neighbor growing up who would do that. I've never butchered a deer. In fact, I have a little problem killing my chickens, but I will help once the deed is done. So, excuse me, I'm getting the eggs and all. So, I got eight eggs today. So anyway, here's the big garden with a hugelkultur bed in back. Little tour. Here's the raised bed garden that we really didn't do anything with this year other than transplant some wild strawberries into that raised bed over there. What was that? I missed that comment that came up, but I got to close up this coop too. In this coop I have a rooster named Leapy. Most of my chickens don't get names, but he came with a name. For the chicks, I've been using the breeding group in here, so I have 3 hens with him. In the fall, we'll cull some of the other roosters, and he will go back in with the main flock into the winter coop. This was the first coop I ever made. And it was supposed to be a mobile coop, but it has stayed here for a long time because it's kind of heavy. It was my own design. And we call it the coop of moving parts because that door opened. There's a door in the door if you want it to open. There's a door on each side like this. It's kind of crazy. This was one big door, but then we have a drop door inside down there, but that is so narrow that my rooster can't get back up. So, the only problem with this door, I made this to help the rooster out, is that the only problem is it keeps gathering bedding. So we'll close them in for the night. They do have pieces that can slide in up here, but we keep it pretty much open for the ventilation up top. So it's like this. You can see, it slides in and out of that spot. So I keep the one on this side because that's the west end, and they have a roost right there, so I didn't want them to get like completely wind blown in there. But this is the run that's attached, and it's supposed to be mobile too. But again, we haven't been moving it, so I took the wheels off. Excuse me as I do the temporary gate here. I took the wheels off that end and am turning that into compost for the chickens to work. So that is another coop. Now, we might rearrange the chickens at some point. If we end up with too many roosters, like too many cockerels, we want to separate them out, we might put them in here, separate them from the flock and have like a bachelor pad here. Later in the fall, we'll open this door up and they'll be able to have at it out in this little garden space. So I've been calling it the garden coop recently. But of course this garden is more of a jungle. And I want to show you something, if you can see it in the dark. Most of these plants are tomato plants. All self-planted. I did not plant anything here. Tomato plants, that's a tomatillo. That's a tomatillo. Self-planted. I know I have a potato down there that I need to dig out the potatoes. There's another tomatillo. This crazy thing is a volunteer. That's probably about 10 feet tall. That's crazy. Good night, Brian. I'm going to say good night in a few minutes. I'll just finish up the quick tour here. Sorry if I make you dizzy. I'm trying to close everything up for the night as I'm doing this. Take you for a little walk down here. This is another coop that I made last year. I call it my nursery tractor or my nursery coop. And the top door opens up and I can move this around. And right now we have 5 chicks in here. Give you a little show. Should we open it up? See if we can see in the dark here. There's Mama sitting on her chicks there. These guys are about 7 weeks. Anyway, we just woke them up. They were headed to bed. There's one of them. I think that one might be the only cockerel. I'm hoping that one is the only cockerel. Here they come. I seem to, well, I have a white rooster, so I do get a lot of white chicks. You know what's funny, Brahm, is that my volunteer tomatoes are doing a lot better than the ones I planted. So the ones I planted really struggled, but I planted them really just before the real dry weather and hot weather we had in June. It's been much better since then, although we're still really dry around here. Oh, did you see who came out to say hi to the chicks? Actually, he'd rather eat them. That's Jello, for those of you who don't know Jello. He's my Great Dane. You gonna say hi, Jello? Sometimes he talks. I don't think he will tonight. He's not in the mood. He probably wants dinner. Okay. There's one last coop to close. Yeah, he is a big boy. He's a Great Dane. He's probably, let's see, I'm about to walk into blueberry bushes. Oops. He's probably 130 pounds maybe. His ideal weight is probably closer to 125, so he's not the biggest of Danes. Yeah, we love our giant dogs here too. Hardiness approach. We used to have a St. Bernard also until about a year ago. Unfortunately, he had cancer, so he passed, yeah, it was in August a year ago. But this is Michelangelo, or we just call him Jello. So he's pretty much a good boy. He listens to what I say, but he's a little nervous about new things. He's a funny boy. He'll bark at the first sunflower that opens up. So he's a goof. Okay, so actually when I moved into this house, these coops were here. And it's really getting dark now, so I will be saying goodnight in a second. But this red coop was here with the main flock of chickens. They've gone, right now in here I only have my extra goose and what I thought was an extra cockerel because he was so much bigger than the other chick he was with. But now I'm actually questioning that. But they're in bed, so I'm not going to bug them. And again, it's really dark over here. I don't know if I could turn on the flash in this mode. Yeah, you can't hardly see, but there's another coop in there. That used to be, I think, a rabbit hutch, but my silkies are in there now. So let's get back in the light. Anyway, see if I could turn this around. Oh, there we go. So, I'm stepping over fences. Okay, so that's basically a little tour of my backyard. Oh, I do have one more nursery coop that I sometimes use. So I actually have a total of 6 coops, which is insane. But get closer to barn light might help. So yeah, the sun has gone down. Everyone's gone to bed. Oh, would you like to meet one other member of our crazy animal? That's my last one. That's Helix. He likes to hunt for mice in the barn. But he was not originally a outdoor cat because we got him when we were in New York. So he didn't become an indoor-outdoor cat until we came out here. But that's the last animal. And yeah, it's later in here. So, my messy barn, or workshop, or whatever you want to call it. But, thanks you guys for joining. I'm going to say goodnight, because that was really just a trial, giving you a little tour there, and having Lucky's nightly ritual, which is kind of silly. But, I'm going to say goodnight to all of you guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, Queen Anne Farms, maybe next year. We want to do another one next year. I think it might become an annual thing. So, yeah, you should join us then. And I don't know how that works. The chat comes up and then it goes away. There it goes. So, I do, yeah, good night, everyone. I'm going to say good night because I need to get my dog dinner. So, that's the last step on my end. And I still have a Hootenanny video to finish editing, so I got to do that tonight too. So I will say goodnight to everybody. I will see you later, and well, you might catch me on a random other live show. I can't figure out a regular schedule to do that all the time, but we'll see you around and talk to you later.